IBS forces you to make decisions you never thought you would make, and this is one of them. Hi, I'm Kira, the Gut Princess, and I've been living with severe IBS for 14 years. And after 7 years of being vegetarian, I started eating meat again. And no, this wasn't an easy decision. In fact, this is something I resisted for a very, very long time. So why I became vegetarian initially? I stopped eating meat just before COVID, and it wasn't because of my IBS. It wasn't because a doctor told me to. Actually, it was quite the opposite. I did it for purely ethical reasons. I didn't want to contribute to killing animals anymore. I watched the Game Changers, went down the rabbit hole, and I made a decision, and I stuck to it. Even though pretty much every single doctor I saw at that time told me, don't restrict your diet anymore, this is a bad idea. But I did it anyway. And here is the strange part, it actually helped me. So within about 6 months, I started feeling better. My symptoms improved, not completely of course, but noticeably, which was ironic because that was never the goal. I wasn't trying to fix my IBS, but somehow removing meat and fish made things easier for my body. Then everything changed. I got COVID, and of course I was vaccinated. So after that, everything came back. The bloating, the pain, the food hangovers, pressure headaches after food. It was like my system had a complete reset, but in the worst way possible. But I didn't go back to meat. I stayed vegetarian. I tried to make it work. I experimented with, tofu, tempeh, soya, all kind of fake meats, all kind of beans. At one point during my yoga teacher training, because I'm a certified yoga teacher trainer, I even went fully vegan. Well, that lasted not very long, because the reality was brutal. I was eating a lot of beans, lentils, plant-based proteins, and my bloating went from very bad to unbearable. So I had to bring back eggs in about 3 months, not because I wanted to, but because I simply couldn't function. And there is eating out, of course. If you have IBS, you already know this. Everyone says, just eat healthy. Okay, so you order something healthy like avocado, but it's premixed with garlic or onions or spices, and suddenly you have no options. And on top of that, I'm actually severely intolerant to dairy, so that removes another huge category. At some point, it stops being a diet choice, it literally is a survival. But then things got worse. Even my safe foods stopped being safe. Mushroom steak, which used to be kind of okay for me, suddenly caused severe bloating. Beans, lentils, completely out of the question. Even my own safe protein shake started triggering symptoms massively. And that's a scary place to be, because your world becomes smaller and smaller and you start running out of options. So out of pure desperation, I tried something I haven't touched in years. Freshly cooked fish, then freshly cooked chicken. And I was feeling very weird about it, not just physically, of course, emotionally, but surprisingly it was okay-ish, not perfect, but a little bit better. And then something finally clicked. I realized that the issue may not have been meat itself. It was how I was eating before, because back when I first cut out meat and fish, I didn't know I had very strong histamine intolerance. None of my doctors ever mentioned it, not a single one in so many years. So what was I eating? I was eating pre-cooked chicken, I was doing meal prepped meat, I was eating smoked salmon, ham, charcuterie, basically all of the foods that are extremely high in histamine. So when I removed meat back then, I accidentally removed a huge histamine load, and this is why I actually felt better. So what do I do now? I do things very differently. I eat freshly cooked organic chicken or turkey, or fresh fish like sea bass or cod, about once or twice a week, no longer, but always freshly cooked, never stored. Always with something very simple like plain rice, and to be clear, it's not perfect, it's just slightly better. Better than trying to get the same amount of protein from foods that completely destroy my digestion. I'm not happy about it, and I want to be very honest about this part. I don't feel good knowing that animals are dying for me to feel slightly less awful. That part hasn't changed, and I try to minimize the damage as much as I can, but at some point you have to prioritize your health, because when you're spending your afternoons unable to get up from sofa, when your stomach is so bloated it feels like it's about to burst, when you're getting headaches from food every time, this stops being theoretical and it becomes very real. So there are still some very strict rules I follow. I avoid anything canned, anything cured, anything smoked, anything processed, anything left overnight in the fridge, because all of that is very high in histamine. And I stick to chicken and turkey only. I avoid pork, I avoid beef because of its massive environmental impact. So IBS, especially when combined with histamine intolerance, forces you to constantly adapt. What works one year might stop working another. What helped you before might have actually been helping you for completely different reasons. And sometimes you have to make choices that don't fully align with your values, but they allow you to somehow function. So no, this is not a meat is the answer video. It is a listen to your body even when it's confusing, frustrating, and doesn't make sense. So if you're struggling, if you're experimenting, if you're trying to figure things out, I see you and you're not alone. And if this helped you even a little bit, please consider subscribing because I will keep sharing everything I learn along this very complicated gut journey.